Hey, it's Steve here once again at the Life and Sad Ending channel. Today we're going to talk about the actor Michael Dunn. Now you may not remember him, but when I tell you all about him, you will remember him. So pull up a glass of iced tea and let's talk. Gary Neal Miller, better known as Michael Dunn, was born on October 20th, 1934 in Dust Bowl ravaged Shattuck, Oklahoma. His parents were Fred and Jewel Miller. They moved to Detroit, Michigan in 1938. Dunn had a form of medical dwarfism, which caused skeletal dysplasia and osteoarthritis. As an adult, he was 3 feet 10 inches tall and weighed 78 pounds. Dunn started reading at age 3, was champion of the 1947 Detroit News Spelling Bee, and could sing and play the piano. Despite his physical condition, he was also a very good swimmer. His parents refused to allow school authorities to place him in a school for disabled children and supported his talents. He attended Redford High School in Detroit, then entered the University of Michigan in 1951. Dunn moved to New York to try working on the stage. There he made friends with actress Phoebe Doran. They began singing together casually after their nighttime performances, sitting on the wall of the fountain opposite the Plaza Hotel, and drew a following. Eventually, on the advice of fellow actor Roddy McDowall, the pair started a nightclub act called Michael Dunn and Phoebe. The act received favorable reviews in Time magazine and ultimately led to the pair being cast on the Wild Wild West television series that ran from 1965 to 1969. Dunn was probably best known for his recurring role on that series as Dr. Miguelito Loveless, a mad scientist who devised diabolical schemes and gadgetry to trap Secret Service agents James West and Artemis Gordon, played by Robert Conrad and Ross Martin. Doran played Dr. Loveless's devoted assistant Antoinette. In each episode that they appeared together, the villainous couple tenderly sang a Victorian duet. According to Doran, Dunn saved her from drowning during filming of one episode, diving underwater to tear her free when her costume became entangled. Dunn appeared as Dr. Loveless 10 times on the Wild Wild West. And at my age, I was watching the original run of the TV show Wild Wild West back in the 60s. So my favorite episodes were always with Miguelito Loveless. He was the best villain in the entire series.
This little invention of mine may seem like a fairy tale to you, but with this I can project and receive voices and music through the air. Just think of the pleasure and enlightenment this can bring to countless people.
Dunn also did other TV work, appearing in Get Smart, Star Trek, Bonanza, and Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. He was nominated for a Tony Award for The Ballad of the Sad Cafe. In film, he acted in Ship of Fools and No Way to Treat a Lady. Dunn was married in 1966 to Joy Talbot, but they divorced after a couple of years. They had no children, and he became a dedicated philanthropist toward children with dwarfism who would write fan letters to him confiding their loneliness and despair. Dunn would travel to visit such children at his own expense, delivering encouragement to them. His physical condition deteriorated throughout his life. He suffered especially from deformed hip joints and osteoarthritis. Spinal deformities, including scoliosis, caused a distorted ribcage that restricted Dunn's lung growth and function. The resulting respiratory insufficiency caused overload of the heart's right chambers. Sadly, Michael Dunn died in his sleep in his London hotel room on August 30th, 1973. He was only 38 years old. He was in London on location for the film The Abdication. The New York Times reported his cause of death as undisclosed, leading to public speculation about possible suicide, but this was not the case. Despite being severely ill and in great pain, Dunn continued working almost up to the day of his death. He was buried on September 10, 1973, in Lauderdale Memorial Park Cemetery, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, near his parents' retirement home. In July of 2007, 3 of Dunn's cousins, his closest living relatives, were able to have his remains moved from Florida to Oklahoma, where he was buried in the same cemetery as his parents. You know, it's a cliche to say that he was a little man with a big talent, but in this case, it's true. That's why some of these things are cliches. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time, unless I come to my own sad ending.